Welcome to another episode of Coffee and Whiskey with Ivy. I'm really happy this week because I got a new whiskey flask. Guess why? It's bigger. I guess the biggest topic this week would be PM's plans to secure Singapore's future. He basically touched on education, employment, and earth issues. All three good points. And I think that he should only look more seriously into each category. Education. To do a medical degree costs a person $5,000 after all the subsidy, I believe. But even $5,000 a year is a lot of money for families who don't earn much, right? Actually, I am very surprised at the price of preschool, and I think we should really do something more drastic. We should make education free for all Singaporeans born here from birth to university. On employment, allowing people to work later in life, giving them more CPF and all that. You don't have to orchestrate that. Okay, we employers know who we should employ and who we should fire. So Prime Minister, we business people know what to do. What you should do is to ensure that young people who are doing all this gig work, food delivery work, Grab drivers, make sure they have CPF. Otherwise, you start another generation of poor old people. Climate warming, flooding, extinction of animals, flora, fauna, degradation of land. All this is happening all over the world and also in Singapore. Let me give you my take. Our 70-year-old who was born and bred in this country and all the things that I've seen happen. You know, I grew up in a beautiful country full of hills and forests, etc. What did we do? We demolished all the hills, we demolished all the forests. Couldn't we have built on hills and in between the forests? We demolished all that and we put in flats and flats everywhere. And then we took the sand and then we reclaimed land and destroyed the coastline as well. So we had to destroy everything before we can build. No consideration for environmental things. Why did we not work on solar power and why did we not do water conservation? If Hong Kong is at odds with China, it's a problem for all. Minister Shanmugam, you are absolutely right. If any part of the world has a problem, it's a problem for all of us because we are all connected in some way. But if the problem involves young people, it is even worse, especially when young people feel that they have nothing left to lose, they have nothing to live for. That is a fundamental problem that will affect all of us. ESM Goh says it's harder to get good people to join politics. And he goes on to say it is getting more difficult to persuade people who are dedicated, able, and honest to join politics. The key word is honest. As this question of honesty in politicians is a very important topic, our poll question this week is based on that. Do you think we currently have good politicians in Parliament? And the next question, do you think we currently have good opposition MPs? The next question, what are the priorities of our government ministers? The next question, which positive attributes best describes our government politicians? Which positive attributes best describes our opposition politicians? Which negative attributes best describes our government politicians? Which negative attributes best describes our opposition politicians? Would you join politics given the chance? Remember to vote because your answers are important to us and important for the people who are going to make policies for our country. So do go to the link and vote. Thank you. And here are the results for last week's poll. Are Singaporeans workaholics by choice? 39.9% said yes, we always strive to be the best we can. 60.9% said no, we are forced to work like that by our employers. On the question of what do you suggest, 73.9% said slow down, we must have work-life balance. 8.7% said don't relax, we have to keep ahead of the game. 17.4% said don't change, the pace is just right. I'm very happy with your feedback. Thank you. NParks to review tightened standards in pet industry. Well done, NParks. I'm so happy they have closed down that useless agency called AVA. It is a disgrace that we are an advanced first world country and we have so much pet abandonment. It is good that NParks is making stronger rules and regulations, but punishment must also be increased. We must cane people and, better still, put them in cages if they treat animals badly. As Mahatma Gandhi said, the greatness of a nation and the morality of the people is judged by the way they treat their animals. Heartwarming center spread. 3 cheers to Kelvin Bock and his team of paddlers. They are not only enjoying their hobby, but they're using it to clean up our waters. Very, very good. Search for missing kayaker called off. Really sad, but I think we should use this occasion to really look at what happened and what didn't happen. Because I believe they had a safety boat which didn't do the job of safety. So let's look at what happened and what didn't happen and never let it happen again. Young activists planning Green Dot gathering on September 21. Always very good when young people are thinking of saving the world. But young people, at the first golden opportunity, you'll jump into a plane and fly to an exotic place and have a holiday. And pollute all these pristine forests and hills and mountains. That's the biggest problem. The pollution caused by the expansion of mankind into all those places where they shouldn't put their footprint on. I end today's show with another plant, a G. Galangal. It looks like a crown, doesn't it? Galangal, or blue ginger in English, it is used in many of the ASEAN dishes, has a fantastic flavor. You can grow it on your balcony in a pot. All you need is a piece of this. It's harder than I thought. Cut a small piece off, put it in a pot and it will grow. It gives you fabulous foliage as well. Thank you for watching another episode of Coffee and Whiskey with Ivy. Please remember to subscribe so that you won't miss any of the action I have planned for you.